We are live with Thawra TV with the lawyer, Mr. Fouad Dibas. We're going to be speaking in English to be able to convey this very important day and message to our Lebanese diaspora and to all our audience who are not very versed in the Arabic language. So we want to discuss why is everyone gathering today from all over the country. And it's also, we've just come back from the UNESCO Palace to protest outside the palace and the meeting of the MPs regarding the laws of general amnesty. What can you tell us about that, please?
So we're basically doing this today because of two things. One, we're opposed to what's on the agenda of the session, and two, we're opposed to what's not on the agenda of the session. So basically, what's on the agenda of the session, we have the general amnesty law, and we're opposed to that because basically it's going to give amnesty to many of these politicians and their gang and what they've done from financial and environmental crime. So we oppose that a lot, and they haven't changed. We stopped that already twice in November, and now since everyone is at home, they're passing it again. So that's the first step. The second step that we're against, we want them to come up with a plan that's comprehensive and fair to get us out of the economical, financial and monetary crisis we're in. All of these 66 laws that they're passing today, only one is related to them, and it's not enough at all. So it's beyond arrogant and greed what they're doing.
So you think they're going to pass all these 66 laws?
I mean, they're going to do it over 3 days. How many of these laws they're going to pass, I don't know. Some are good. We haven't checked all of them, but from the title, some are good and some are bad. It doesn't matter. What matters now, we're in the midst of a social, economical and monetary financial crisis, also with the environmental and sanitary one, and they're wasting their time on what they're doing now with the amnesty law so they can give amnesty to all of their crimes that they have done. So yeah, we are opposed to that. We no longer have any trust, and we haven't had any trust or confidence in what they're doing for a long time, and that's not going to change. The people who got us into this trouble are not going to take us out of it, and it's been clear.
So what can we do about it? What can be done about it? What are the steps? What about the international community, the international institutions? Is there anything you can tap into to try and prevent?
I mean, eventually we might, but for now we're going to try it by ourselves here. So basically they're removing everything about the legality of, the state or about the law itself. So we have to oppose all of this. We have to be there on the street, even with, let's say, Corona and things. So basically, when it comes to other amnesty law, like the one they passed since the Civil War, look where it led us. And since these are international crimes, the one they've done during the Civil War, there is no, prescription. So we can always go back to them and judge them, like they did in Argentina. After they gave them amnesty, years after, they retried all of them, all of the junta, the military dictatorship. It's not far from doing this here. We should do this if we want to move on.
What should the people be aware of, and what are the results? Suppose these laws, the majority of them that are not in favor of the country or the principles of the people, what would happen next?
I mean, it will be...
Once they're passed, if they're passed, is it over?
Yeah, once they pass, they pass. But we have to fight again, not to be able to, to let it pass. And second one would be, even if it passes, we have to fight it in court. Because we need at least 10 MPs that are willing to go against this law to the Constitutional Court. Will they do that? I doubt. The Constitutional Court.
So all you need is 10 and you can stop it?
At least 10 MPs. We don't, not to stop it, to take it to the Constitutional Court, who will then decide if it's unconstitutional as a law or not.
How long would it take to go to the Constitutional Court?
We need the 10 MPs first, because
if you get the 10 MPs,
they need to present a demand to the constitutional law, and they will take their time to study it. So even if we do that, let's say citizens can't even have access to the Constitutional Court. It's a minimum of 10 MPs, or the Prime Minister, or the Speaker of Parliament, or the President, or the chiefs of the sects when it comes to something that's related to them. So even there, we have something that's not really democratic. So we're here against, we want to change the whole concept of the sulta that we have, that has brought us here, and they're not going to get us out of it.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.